Hey, what's up, everybody out there in CT world? I think everybody's out there having fun right now with the 11K. I know it's underneath that right now, but uh, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Uh, I think we're still in a buy dip sentiment. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, at least from the stuff that I'm looking at. Um, again, just to say this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you some tidbits on where you could find some support and resistance so you can make your own decisions. I'm just here as a helper, kind of chatting things out here, talking things through, see what's going on. So let's take a look at the 12 hour, since everyone's been DMing me and asking me, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Uh, I'm actually just enjoying my Saturday, getting ready to go to a party. But before I go, I have a little time to kill, so I thought I'd throw a 12-hour chart here. Uh, USD against Bitcoin. Everything that's on this chart, the blue lines are the trend lines. The arrows are just the minimum targets off the break of those trend lines. Down here, I just got the ADX real quick, just to show some momentum for the trend in the market. The two moving averages are the 21 and the 55 exponential moving average. The black is the 21. Oh, take that back. The orange is the 21 and the black is the 55 exponential moving average. A couple of things that I would look for in the future, to see if this thing's going to change. Not that it can't correct back, but I'm talking about if this thing's going to change and get into a really strong correction. The crossover of this moving average right here, it crossed the 21 up through the 55, with some bullish action, and has been riding this 55 ever since. Kind of tested it in here, but I'm very low, um, kind of low momentum, not really super strong, but kind of held in here. Uh, and going forward, I would really like to see this 21 cross down through the 55 before I get really, really scared of this thing going south. But that doesn't mean it can't correct back. I like right now some of these Fibonacci levels that I'm looking at. Right now, it hit the 38.2%. I like the shallow fib bounce on here. When you look at it on the daily, it's actually a 61.8% level from a different spot. So it's all kind of matching up kind of nicely. I put that out on Twitter. Uh, but right now, this 38.2 is at 10.3 that we kind of bounced down to, and found a lot of buying interest down there. I think the move from the highs down was a lot of leveraged longs. You know, if you look at their liquidation on the way down, I think your high leverage longs were getting out and then kind of bounce from there. So, um, but what's going on here? Let's look at some Fibonacci levels off of these trend line breaks. That's what I kind of wanted to kind of focus on here. Um, Bringing up some Fibonacci. When you take this trend line break at this point, this is kind of the start of the new trend, and that's the way I kind of look at it. So I look at this as a starting point, and you go up toward that next high here, and I just move it out here so you can see. If you click it in here on that high, this 38.2% level right here held as support. So it kind of went up, kind of hit, consolidated, and kept this trend going to the upside. So that's a nice shallow Fibonacci move to keep this trend going to the upside for sure. Um, kind of getting another one here. Let me pull up another Fibonacci here. Another trend line break right at this point. You got this. It's a little bit of a different look here, but if you take this low down here and work its way up to here, and then bring it out right at this point. This was a nice leg to the upside, and then it comes down to the 38.2% level at 7,100. So it held at this point. Yeah, it did. It did kind of wick down, but we came right back up to that level to find a lot of support at that point. So given that, let's go to the next trend line break and see, are we on a Fibonacci uh, line here? We had a trend line break right here. So that down at this level would be our start. If you go all the way up to where we are at the moment, you can see. Let me pull this out here so you can see it here. Kind of at the high where at the moment the um, uh, the 61 the 61.8% of this latest leg that we're on right now is at 9,800. The 38.2% is right around that 9,800 also. So if you got these moves that are going into these shallow fibs off of these trend line breaks, I wouldn't be surprised for us to drop back down to that 9,800 level before it heads higher. Now, given that we are in very strong momentum here, and I don't see any signs of that changing anytime soon, because like if you just bring this over to like a 2 hour real quick, uh, when you see the ADX here, as the price is coming down here, um, there's really not a lot of momentum being built for the bears on this indicator. So the directional index line is really not saying, oh, it's bearish. It's just kind of a little bit of a correction in an overall bullish market. So let's jump back to the 12 hour. The So what I'm looking at is this 38.2% level of 9,800 to be really, really pretty good support. I think you're going to find a lot of buying interest as it gets down, like, even if it gets down to the 10,000 level, which is just kind of a psychological level. Anywhere between that 9,800 and 10,000 is going to be I think there's going to be a boatload of buyers in there as this momentum is still strong and the trend is still going pretty well. I mean, watch the moving averages, that's something to watch out into the future. So if this starts to break down, of course, they're going to start breaking down, and then watch for those crossovers with validation from your indicators. But if you take away this at the moment, and if you just look at where we're current, just off of this latest leg, I do like this shallow Fibonacci level at 10.3, and so far that's holding. And that's going to be an area I'm going to watch, because if this breaks down here, I think it'll be the retracement at the 61.8% level at 9,800, which matches the one we just looked at. And I think that's where we're going to hold if it does drop, and then continue higher. So um, you know that's where I'm kind of seeing at the moment. I know a lot of people have been asking what's going on, so don't be surprised if it goes back down to 9,800. I don't really see it at the moment, but again, if it does, I'm personally going to be buying in there. Not financial advice. I'm not telling you how much to buy, where to buy. I'm just saying that I think there's going to be a lot of support there. So you make your decision on what you want to do at that point. So any questions, comments, concerns, want to draw charts with me, DM me. I'm out on Twitter, FiboSwanny. I got to run. I'm going to a party. Peace out.